I've been everywhere. Well, I was up in my blue on the dusty Oodnadatta road when along came a semi with a high canvas covered load. If you got the Oodnadatta, mate, with me can ride. So I climbed in the cabin and I settled down inside. He asked me if I'd seen a road with so much dust and sand. I said, listen, mate, I've traveled every road in this here land, 'cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the desert's bare, man. I've breathed the mountain and man. I've traveled out there, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Tower, Seymour, Lismore, Lullaby, man, Bonus.
What was that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Lismore. That's up there near a very funny little place, I know. Let's see what else we know. What's up around the corner there from Lismore? Wollongong. Ooh.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross deserts, bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. Travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Casino, getting closer. I'm finding you. I'm going to find you. He knows who I'm talking about. I told him I'm going to do the next live stream. I'm going to put his name on it. So I'm getting closer. I've got Casino. I've got Lismore. I've got Mooloolaba. That's a bit further away. Let's see how much more closer I can get to you.
And make a long while, talk a long way, you're a moral, over there, bring the dollar. I'm a fellow who's been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the desert's bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Yeah, I know that. When you don't courage, I'm going
Now, Currajong, that's where I got my other house, right? Not this joint. This is my work house. You know, I really live like this. Hey, anybody want a fan? I've got a couple of fans. I've got, anyway. Mullen Bimby. Oh, Mullum. Love that Mullum. That's what I smuggled up. Mull up there at Mullum. That's up the road there from Lismore and Casino and Byron Bay. And I'm getting to you, little live streamer, new YouTuber. I'm getting to you. Let's see if your name comes up on this song. And if it doesn't, well, we'll have to shoot the song. Hey, that YouTuber up there, you know what I'm talking about. You just sent me a message 45 minutes ago. Do you know where Wollongong is? We'll go up there. That's a restaurant I started. And if you go in to Tenapil Railway Museum, cut the whole family, grab up the whole family, throw them in the car, go to the Tenapil Railway Museum, and you see my name written up on the wall, baby. Yeah. It's a great big long white diagram, 1886, and it's got my name on it. And you'll see my real name, not this hominoid. You'll see my real name. Anyway, let's see if we've got your town on this song. You ready for it?
What's the matter? I've been everywhere, man.
Well, it's cool and gatter. That's a bit further up the road.
Everywhere, man. Across the desert's bare, man. I breathe.
Just tell me to drop out again. It's just up the road here from Casino Lismore, Woodenbog. Yeah, we all know that. No, not Milperra, Cannon, Canberra, Barrel of Rat. No, Captain's Flat. You know where Captain's Flat is? A lot of people think Captain's Flat's down next to the ocean. It's not. It's just south of Goulburn, down southern New South Wales. It's in the valley. There's nowhere near the water. It's called Captain's Flat. God. Oh, there's another one getting close to this YouTuber. Oh, that YouTuber, he's watching this. Bangalow. Ooh, getting closer, getting close.
Everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the desert's bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I'm tall, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been here, there, everywhere. I've been everywhere. Okay, mate, you've been every place except one. You don't need my help to get there.
You know what that is? Catabuggery. Oh, how are you? I'm using my little favourite song as a grand opening because I found somebody today that needs a little bit of help. Is a new YouTuber. I tell you that it's a real tongue twister. He is a brand new YouTuber, and he's really trying really hard to do his camera work. And he popped up on my screen. I went, "Hey, this guy's all right. He's a vlog. I don't like the name vlog because it sounds like Victorian trains, but big rail vlog, video logs. But that's I go by the name Mr. Hominoid. Now, if you don't know what a hominoid is, this new video person, a hominoid, you are a hominoid. What do you call horses? They call equestrians, right? So donkeys, horses, mules, right? They're equestrian, right? They have the equestrian events at the Olympic Games or whatever. Or hominid is a human. So you got the caveman and all the different races of men. That's what got me named Mr. Hominoid. And how I found it was I was watching a TV show and they're talking about Bigfoots and Yowies and Yetis and Yowie Hunters Australia. And he said, it's a hominid. And I went, you're not too smart there, Dean Harrison. You're out chasing Yowies and you call them hominids and you didn't call yourself the hominid chaser or Mr. Hominid. But I'm not a hominid because I'm a person, so therefore I'm a hominoid. So therefore I just typed into YouTube and I said, oh, choose your name. I said, yeah, okay. I wrote in hominoid and said, yep, it's available. I said, well, I want to make sure I'm a mister. So I went, well, mister. And I said, yeah, available. And says, will you accept? And I said, yep. And it says, enter email address. And I said, oh, shit, I haven't got one with Google. So I said, Hominoids Australia, not thinking too bright, at gmail.com. So went into Gmail, set it all up. Hominoids Australia at gmail.com. Registered that, beep, beep, back on the phone. Bang, set it all up. Accepted the name, still on the other page on the screen. And Mr. Hominoid was born. Thank you, Dean Harrison. Now I'm your biggest critic. Anyway, my channel's growing and growing and growing and growing. Mainly because I went up to Byron Bay and went looking up there for the lost guy, Theo Hayes. And people find me interesting because I do trains, history, research. And I'm not the average sort of guy that does the average sort of thing. And I don't pull out all the fancy camera work, and I don't have a guy running around with a toggle camera. I don't have an editor. It's all just done live, no script, and I just preset it up on my TV set. And what I do here, I'm an old man. I'll be dead and gone in about 10 years. I'll be dead and buried. And why should I bother learning? But you young YouTubers, you're a lot ahead here. Now, this particular guy, he caught my eye because he'd done something nobody's ever done before. And I want everybody to go out and sign up to him because he's only got 30 views on his videos. Now I'm going to what that noise is. Now on his channel, he's got 56 subscribers. I started off with 3. And nobody helped me. So, yes, I'm subscribed. Mr. Hominoid is subscribed to you. I'm getting to his name in a minute. Now, it looks like you got 422 when you picture 2000. I'm guessing that's the little mini rail. And you and I got a very special friend in common. Yeah, you know a friend of mine. Yes, you do. I'm not going to tell you his name yet. I'm going to build you up this. Neil Battersby. The guy that drives a Byron Bay solar power train. And in your video, the last one you just put up, you showed a town starting with a G, ending with a H. Well, he lives around the corner from you. Yeah, that's a guy that was a treasurer for the Mini Light Rail at Casino. Yeah, he started that up too. He's your next door neighbour, mate. Righto, what's his name? Okay, listen. Drum roll. And Northern Rivers Transport vlogs. That's it. Northern, Northern, Rivers, Rivers, Transport, Transport, vlogs. Now, and I have a lot of overseas people, and they don't spell English. Now, you're saying, okay, you're a new YouTuber. What am I talking about? Your connection is unstable. We're reconnecting. Oh. So you know what happens when I get that? That's why you see me do this. Yeah, it's fixed. There you go. So what happens is, because you're a fellow Aussie from down under, and you're up there the road from Lismore, and we have a thing here in Australia. I won't tell people where you live. Don't worry. He lives in a town that sounds like a goonie. He lives up there, Goonie. Hope he loves this. Hope he's cracking up. Hope mum, dad, grandpa, and everybody else, and his brothers and sisters and kids or whatever else he's got. He's probably got half a dozen kids underneath his belt, probably knowing him. No, I don't know. Never met the guy and never even spoke to him. I just like his channel. Right. Start writing me a comment, somebody. I'm watching. Right. What he does, he's got, let's have a look. Go to channel. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you hang on a minute. You've been getting around a little bit, boy. You've been getting Queenscliff Ferry, Central Train Spotting in Sydney. Cold afternoon on the Clarence River Ferry. I've never been on that. You didn't tell me about that. Oh, I'm going to get out. I didn't know anything about it. Oh, there you go. You got one of Mr. Omeroy. Give yourself a uppercut, right? I didn't know you had a Clarence River Ferry. Oh, that's right. Oh, yes, I've been on it. Is that the one that goes over to? Don't tell me. Let me try and make my old brainy. You come down there from Casino, and you come down at Woodburn, and you come over there, and you come across a ferry, and there's a park, and there's a toilet, barbecue, and across the road there's a couple of shops and a pub. And that's one that always goes under. I bet you that's the one. Clarence River. I'm pretty sure that's Clarence River. Yeah. Anyway, what else you got? NRTV shorts, Gold Coast versus Manly. Oh, no. I'm in Sydney's West. Oh, I don't know. No, I don't follow football. Angori Waste. Ooh. The TAFE to Lennox Head minibus documentary part 3, part 2, part 1. I have to watch these. This is good. Black and White and Byron Bay recycling. Oh, you tricky sneak. You turn the colour off. Oh, you sneak. Trucks aren't small. Byron recycling. You really like these garbage trucks. Small fishing boat through the Ballina Bar. Watch out, Chris. My son's a Ballina. Watch out, Chris. He's coming up there with his camera, mate. He's going to try and catch it. You got to watch out for him. You've got to watch out for this Northern Rivers Transport vlogs, mate. He's dangerous. He's got a fully armed camera, mate. He's going to shoot you with it. Take your photo. Man, you've actually got the Beetle Boys live at QPAC paperback writer 4 months ago. How long have you been on YouTube? 5 months. You're going pretty bloody good. Hey, Lismore City Waste, 1702, whatever that was about. I'll take it you're taking the garbage truck number. Garbage trucks, Lismore and Ballina City Council. Route 661 Ballina, Austinville, real time. That's a smart one. For a country guy to do it the big city YouTubers doing vlogs. They get up the front of the train and they put a camera in the train. They do real-time train video from Richmond to Central. There's nothing so boring. Train, stop, train, stop, train, stop, train, stop. But how they make it interesting is when they do it sped up. They speed it up all the way through. Now, I'll tell you a story there one day. I drove a train home from Central to Richmond. And you're going to hate me for this. I was 15 years old. From Central to Richmond non-stop. And I do it. I was a 15-year-old kid. Some Chris will tell you. My father was the train driver. And he had to go into Central, pick up an extra unit. And they said, oh, well, he's coming in from what's your name? We'll fill it up. We'll take it up to Central. You just catch a passenger train into Central from Richmond, get and work your way into there. And he said, then you can go and pick up the diesel from Central. So Dad went in there and picked up from platform 8, I think it was. And we walked up there with Dad, and Dad said, come on, son, you can drive home. We're not stopping for any passengers. We're just going straight through. And so I went up the front there with Dad and got up there in 6:22. It was actually 6:22 again. And we drove from Central straight all the way right out there to Richmond, and take my hat off there to my old man. Thanks, Dad. Greatest gift you ever give a 15-year-old kid driving a diesel train all the way from Central to Richmond non-stop. You had to slow down for the traffic lights, but traffic lights for trains. Yeah, trains do have traffic lights. Oh, vlog, train tease. Got to give you one of these. Hey, I'll give them the low rocker. Can a train have a flat tyre with steel wheels? I'll give you the answer in a little while. Think about it. Secondly, does a train tyre have a rim? Like a car. Does a train steel wheel have a rim like a car? Think about it. I could see you running over the casino when you see a train, look at a wheel. I can just see you doing that. You're going to get your camera down. And then you're going to give me an answer on a YouTube channel. I hope you do that. Now, also, I'd love to see that bridge, the Lismore City Council. And now, what's the story behind that? I'll come back to your vlog, don't worry. They listened to a Bush Fire Brigade guy, and they said, oh, go out there and go rip up the railway line with the bridge on it on the west side of Lismore because it's blocking the flood water. But actual fact, we all know grass grows in creeks. And when the grass grows up and the flood water comes along, the grass acts as a break and that holds the water back like a dam, like a bunch of beavers in America. And that's why then. But the council listened to this guy, and the wisdom of the council was ring up John Holland and we'll go rip up the train tracks. And now they're liable for it. So let your father know if his rates go up when the railway line, not if, but when the railway line comes back, because I'm not going to tell everything I know, the small city council is going to get the bill and the ratepayers are going to pay for it because their stupid board of members on the Lismore City Council listened to a Bush Fire Brigade who had no credentials whatsoever about water movement, bridge construction and floodwaters, which is water movement, which I do, which is what I do. I do all the disused railway lines throughout the state of New South Wales, all 26 of them. Was 27, I lost one. Yes, I lost a disused railway line. Yes, it got rebirthed. Yes. Do you know where it was? Anybody know? Moree to, I'll let you think about it. It's part of the brand new railway line that goes from Melbourne to Brisbane. And when I was out there, it was just wooden ties, 2 rails and 4 pegs, no ballast, just sitting on the dirt. Now, the dual track, concrete sleepers, big ballast, high computerized track. If you put the 2 photos together, you say that's an Aboriginal and that's an Eskimo with a bleached suntan, blonde hair, right? Totally nothing different, right? I love Aboriginals, don't worry about that. I love me Aboriginal and Indigenous people. Right, totally different. North Star, there you go. Yeah, go and look it up, North Star, go and look it on the map. North Star, like up north, right? Route 661, Ballina Ortonville, real time. Good one. Like that one. I'm going to look at that. 90 views. 214 views. Garbage truck and Lismore and Ballina City Council. 214 views. Lismore City Waste, 226 views, 5 months. That's better than me on some of mine. Some of mine only get 10, 15 hits. I don't care. I just do it for me. But I'm going up to 180 subscribers now and just I'm rocketing up. I was only 120 there, 6 months ago. Then I went to 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, almost 180. So don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep growing. And that's what they do. I mean, look at these other channels now. I watch Matt's Off-Road Recovery over there in America, in Utah. I was just watching him, and he's got something 1,000 people. And the problem is, you go impersonal. You get into the merchandise world, you get into the coffee cups, you get into the photo shoots of the family, you get into Photoshop workshop, you do little diary history of each of the family members, and it comes a business. I'm not all about that. I'm just about information. People, that's all I do. I pass on information. I get your information, I'll pass it on. I get information about flood waters, pass it on. Theo Hayes, a missing backpacker. I went and done research on that because I do water. Worked out he got swept out, but go down and look on the channel. We go down and look. Theo Hayes, a missing backpacker of Byron Bay for 2.5 years. And next thing you know, I got the private investigator ring him up, said, "Oh, you got a set of car keys there? Oh, you found a Byron Bay. Can we have them? Oh, what's going on our investigation 2.5 years later?" I said, "Mate, the keys were found, 2.5 years later." And they said, "Oh, no, but we've got a suspect." Yeah, I could say that too. I've got a suspect too. I've got a suspect itch on the bum, That's a real suspect, Not Mr. Hemorrhoid either. No, I've heard that joke. Don't say it. Don't even go there, Mr. Hemorrhoid. No, it's Mr. Hominoid, right? Totally different thing. Listen, you want to go get yourself a pet hemorrhoid, you go find your own, right? Go down to the chemist shop. All morning in Austинville, black and white Garbo, Bangalow Greens Recycling. Hey, I like that photo of Bangalow. That's in a good shot. That looks to me like that picture, 8 minutes, 54 seconds. Is that the one? Let's see what my mapping is. I reckon that'll be on the north side of Bangalow Railway Line. VCR to NRTV everywhere in between what? That's your little JR05 8005 locomotive. That's the one that come off the tracks. He went backwards. He ran off the tracks and people on it. Mini railway. Of course, I said your 661 take Lismore. For the slackers, Wollong Bar Recycling. Now, don't get mixed up with Wollongong. It's Wollong Bar, WOLLONGBAR, not ONG again on the bottom. Mini rail, Beatles live. I mean, you really love beating those Beatles, don't you? Beatles live, bit. Oh, Magpie taking a drink. 28 views, 28 seconds. That I'm going to compliment you on. Now, you said, why? Why would you compliment somebody filming a magpie taking a drink? Because there's something in everyday life people just choose to ignore. They look at it, but they see it, but they don't. They look, but they don't see it. How does a magpie take a drink in a public tap? How smart is a magpie? Why does a magpie swoop on you? Why does a magpie live where they live? Right? Now, let's see another one. Wagga. What's the word wagga wagga mean in Aboriginal, in Indigenous language? Wagga means crow. You know how many cars in my local area, because I've got 3 golf clubs around the local area, I've got dents in their roofs. Yes, cars have got dents in their roofs. Because of crows, waggas, right? Because they go and grab the golf balls and then they get up on top of the power poles and they stand right up on top of the big high tension, high power poles on the side of the street, and the golf ball falls down and go boing and hits dead center of the roof of the car, and one hit my car. It does happen. I had my truck out here and I had half a dozen on the back of the truck, and people saying, "Where's the golf balls come from?" I said, "Crows, waggas." And I go, "What?" I said, "Yeah." because we did a test there one day. We took out a bucket of golf balls and a bunch of golf clubs about 6 years ago. We done a test. I wasn't on YouTube then. I should have done. I've still been a professor, sort of thing. And we went up the park in Wayland and we started hitting the golf balls. Next time all the crows come out of nowhere, took all the golf balls. We come home with an empty bucket. I took all the golf balls. They took them from everywhere, mid-air, then on the ground while they're still bouncing. They scooped them and they were just bouncing. And they went, grabbed them. They think you're eggs. That's why. It's a good one. Magpie taking a drink. That's a good name. Garbage trucks. Fishing, small fishing boat through the Ballina Bar. I hope you're wearing your life jacket. Don't tell me how they're trying to hang onto a bucket upside down to keep you afloat, because that's an old joke, that one. It's all right, son, I've got a bucket. What you do, you hold it this way, you carry water, and then when you want a life jacket, you turn it upside down, get an air bubble, and you hang on to it. No, it doesn't work. Never heard that joke? 1960s. I'm too old for it. Total Linux mini bus documentary 1, 2, and 3. Very good. I'm going to look at all these later. Yeah, so let's go back to his name. Northern Rivers Transport Vlogs. Right? Now, where is he? People say, well, where is this guy? Okay, he's in Australia. He's in New South Wales. And, I've got my map. Righto. Here's East Coast Australia. Here's Sydney. Here's the Queensland border, top of my fingertips. It's just up here, up in the Northern Rivers. He's right up the top. He's west of Byron Bay. He's up there in the Golden Country, what we call the beautiful Golden Country, Northern Rivers. Water, cows, abandoned old farms, beautiful mountain ranges, Yowie, Bigfoots, whatever you want to call them. We've got the Yowies up there around Woodinbong. Yeah, I mean, there's been Yowie sightings around Gunnellabar. Yeah, around there too, Gunnellabar. And Yowie sightings around Lismore. There's no Yowie actually got sighted at Byron Bay, right next to the Byron Bay solar powered train, but people don't know anything about it. Yeah, Byron Bay on the beach, at Ballina Beach. Hi, Dorothy. What are you trying to tell me? I don't know. Anyway, there was a Yowie there, and it walked across the mouth of the Byron Bay River, of Byron Bay Creek, what do they want to call it? And it's in 1903. It was last week. It was 1903. Guy jumped off his horse, went and hid in the sugar cane, and away he went, and he hid in there for the night. And the next day, they come down and found him, and the thing was where they built. The creek used to come out, wash all the sand away. In 1903, they were building the rocks across the top of the sand, so it would get washed away, so the sand could get washed back in by the ocean, and that's where they built it. I love when they pop up these things on the side of your screen. I don't know what they are, so I wouldn't have a clue. They don't say nothing. They just pop up their name. Dorothy Scott, hello, how are you? You're a tech. That's nice. Tech what? I don't know. I'm not talking to you. You just popped up. Yeah. So talking about Yowies. Is that all right? Can I talk about Yowies, Dorothy? Is that all right? Anyway, so that's Byron Bay. Central Train Spotting Sydney, 36 views 1 month ago. That's pretty good. What else you got? And then you're back, hang on, 1 month ago. What are you doing down here in the coronavirus? Casino's famous XBT cab engine tour. I'll go look at that one later. Light rail again, garbage trucks, Sydney trains, bunch of people with you. Okay, right, good on you. Well, it's good to see that you're doing right. What I do like about your camera work is you're using your brain. You're not walking around near the front wheels of the truck. You're not standing where the hydraulic arm comes down like that and hit you in the head. So you go down and look at YouTuber bloopers where they get whacked on the head, right? I mean, how many YouTubers you see guys with GoPros on their head and they go riding a skateboard down a handrail and they go and you think, Oh, dickhead. You're an idiot. I know. So what do you say? I like your collection of. Is that Victorian trains you got, or is that Queensland trains? Oh, Queensland. I was just saying the Queensland government. Oh, that's cool. There's the Queensland electric ones. Hey, here's a brain tease for you. Those purple Queensland electric trains, are they made by the same company as the purple trains in Victoria that run on diesel? I'm going to find out about that one. I'll see if you can find out before me. So, yeah. So, anybody who likes to go out there, help out a new young subscriber, Northern Rivers Transport Vlogs. He's just starting out. He wants to build up his channel. He's only got a few subscribers. He's a local guy. He's in the Lismore area. If you want to learn about Lismore and Australia, he's got a whole bunch of stuff there that will show you. Get a look in the background. That's what I do. He films things, and you look and see what he films. But I look in the background. I say, oh, look at that nice mountain range. Oh, look at that park. Oh, look at that big, beautiful sandstone building. That's a clue for you. Northern Rivers Transport. NRTV. Oh, NRTV. Oh, my God. I just realised a joke. NRTV. That's the name of the other one that does all the is this loud? Right, good. I'm quite sure it's the same name. Oh, NVTV. You're NRTV. He's NVTV. Very close. I'll be changing the name to NRTV. Really. Because then people will type it in and they'll say, oh, hang on, what's this NRTV? Is that NVTV? See, you do a misdirection. That's what they call a misdirection. People type in the wrong name. It's like when you say in America and Australia, you say, oh, I'm going to get in a local shopping centre. Now spell the word centre in Australia. C-E-N-T-R-E. How do you spell it in America? C-E-N-T-E-R. We say R-E, they say E-R. See the difference? We say city, C-I-T-Y, and some Latin American countries, they try to write in Australian English and they write S-I-T-Y, city, the C-I-T-Y. I mean, I learned that from primary school. What a man captured on camera. Where'd that just go? What a man. Hang on, where am I? Surprised I will. Some YouTubers, as a bit of a bias, they have a what's that word? Emoji. And there's one guy there, he's got an old bearded bloke. I'm not going to say his name. Facebook come up. Whatever. Anyway, and it gets him dressed up. He's wearing a Roman outfit. Then he's wearing a red hat and a rubber duck around his waist. And the waist, 5 seconds, every time we look at it, you see the stupid thing come out with a different emoji on it, right? Wearing a different. Don't do it. It's boring. I don't watch him for that very reason. I'm sick and tired of seeing these stupid emojis coming out. If I want to see an emoji, I'll pick up my mobile phone and I'll go look at it. Right? I mean, I don't time with that garbage. If you watch all the real serious YouTubers, go down and watch Mr. Beast. I never ever recommend him because to me, he's gone from being a kid on an Xbox or PS3 or whatever, PS2, PS1, Game Boy or whatever he was on, and then he made his money and he's gone, and it's gone over his head. He wastes millions of dollars. He said he's helping homeless people, and now he doesn't do that anymore. He does all these other stupid things like print $1,000 on a pizza because there's a gold leaf on it and they ate it. I mean, really? Mate, if I had $1,000 for gold leaf, you know what I'll be doing? I'll take them down the homeless Woolloomooloo in Sydney. And I'll be feeding them down there, and I'll give it to Reverend Bill. That's just me. Anyway, from Mr. Hominoid. And what's the other one? Oi, Rocker! When you coming out to Australia, oi, Rocker! I'm waiting to see your message. You get me on Instagram, get me on Twitter, or you can get me on Snapchat. I think I've actually got you on Snapchat. And Mr. Hominoid on Gmail. So, oi, Rocker, what are you doing, oi, Rocker? I actually forgot the name of the heading of this video. What else was I doing about? My so-called computer guy never showed up today. Give me the new camera and the new microphone, so I cleaned this one. Hopefully, it works a lot better. What else? Just YouTubers out there. What's this? Oh, Crazy Seeker. Now, this is a good guy you can go and watch. I don't know if you've ever seen him. CrazySeeker. Crazy Seeker. Now, they are from man, I've got to stop getting these emails come up on my computer. I'm not even going to bother mentioning that. Do I want garbage bags? Really? Magnet fishing. And they're over there in the country next door to Russia, which Russia and them now don't get on. And I just forgot their name. And there's some funny ones there. But this older 40, 50-year-old guy gets this 22-year-old Ukrainian. Ukrainian. They never speak English. So we speak Ukrainian, but they turn the volume down, and then you hear the subtitle voice comes in. And twice he's had him down to his underpants, and he's wrapped him up in grease and oil to put on a wetsuit to get into the Ukrainian water about -5 degrees. He goes in to go and get a bit of garbage out, a bit of scrap metal. He risks his life. And then the old bloke's laughing, and the young guy doesn't get it. He's being played for a fool. So you should get in. What's that one? Crazy Seeker. And what was the one that was in a creek and had all shit, all crap in it. And this young guy's just put he got in it. Oh my God, you're nuts. And then the other one is he jumped off a weir. His magnet got stuck, so he climbs down the weir. And the next thing, this guy comes swimming underneath the weir, says, "Oh, mate," in Ukrainian, and gives him a hand and takes away this magnet on a weir in the Ukraine. You guys are risking your life for YouTube. So water goes down, and when it goes down, it does a vortex. It tumble wheels before it moves out. You can drown. And these guys are just trying to get the bloody $50 magnet. They're risking their lives. Crazy Seeker. It's about 2 years ago with a weir, and about 3 months ago there with a wetsuit one. It looks hilarious, but other than that, they're walking around in bloody snowshoes and Christ knows what, or else they're walking around T-shirts that stinking hot in the Ukraine. There's one up here, magnet fishing on the boat, unexpected catch, and they're pulling some guy in. Looks like they must hit some guy in the head with a magnet by the look of it, 19 hours ago. I wonder if they did. I wonder if they really threw the rope out and hit him on the head with a magnet, and the poor guy was snorkeling underneath the water or scuba diving. Oh! I mean, how would you be? Or somebody hit you on the head with a magnet. Oh. Anyway, love it up there. Binnaburra and all the others, beautiful other little towns up there around Lismore. And if you want to go in and see somebody, Northern Rivers Transport Vlogs, go down and see a lovely lady by the name of Beth. And she's on the Northern Rivers Rail Get Our Trains Back mob, not Toot. Northern Rivers Railway Action Group. That's it. Northern Rivers Railway Action Group. I stop and think, people I know around New South Wales on train stuff, some real. Northern Rivers Railway Action Group. Get out and see Beth. She's about just a little bit younger than me. I mean, I'm only 21. You said that. Did you say that? I didn't say that. Anyway, go down and see Beth. and she'll tell you some good spots you can go filming. You go down and see Beth. She's got all the stuff on the railway line. So if you want to do railway lines, go down and see Beth at Northern Rivers Railway Action Group. She's a local lady there, and very kind, very sweet, loving lady. And I had dinner with her a couple of years ago, the last time I seen her. And she's also in that video, if you want to see what she looks like. Could go this way. Hang on. Where are you, Beth? Sorry, I just got to. I can't remember everything. You know, I'm not really 21 anymore. Oh, Rocker, 56 views on your one. Can you answer the questions? Oh, Rocker, can you answer these questions? Mr. Hominoid laughed my ass off 56 times. Yeah, 56 on Mr. Oh, Rocker. And he's got how many viewers? Okay. Oh, Rocker, Sydney Trans, politicians aren't railway people. Go have a look at that one. Just get down, look down through my channel. Go right back down and see way back, probably where I started. I actually deleted 400 videos when I first started off. I just, I'm not going to show that anymore. That's too embarrassing. But I should have let them up there. Van Life, Garnley, The Bus, and Brendan. Now, he's another YouTuber. Van Life, Gnarly, The Bus, and Brandon. Now, I don't know what a Gnarly is. I think you might have misspelled it. I don't know. Oh, here you go. It's in your face screen. Bringing the train back. And you'll see Beth in that. And you'll see her sitting in there at a little thing. Anyway, that's 42 minutes and 31 seconds. That's going to do me. I'm a tired old man. And I'm having a great laugh at the trams in Sydney. And I put up a video. I said, how do they get the Circular Quay tram to Randwick onto the tram from Central up above near platform 1 to 10? And it goes up the ramp and comes across up above Eddie Avenue, and then comes back down on Hay Street. Well, what it is, the sneaky little buggers, when you come down George Street, heading towards Central from Circular Quay, there's a pair of points that turn to the right and go into Hay Street into Chinatown. And that's how they can run the two trams from each network. Now, they said, oh, we've got to do testing. Well, my question's this, train people, when they first got these trams out here to go from Circular Quay to Randwick under Gladys, I love you, Gladys. Glad you're gone. Why didn't they test them back then? They've had all the time during the pandemic when the city was shut down. They had all the time before the pandemic when they first brought them out. And they've all the time since the pandemic to go and test them out before these trams even broke down. They could have just took one up there for the sake of testing it. But no, they had to wait till the inconvenience the people for 6 weeks and give them buses between Central to Hurlston Park and out that way and spend millions of dollars on buses. Why didn't they do their homework, like I keep saying? And when they brought these trams out there from, where is it, Spain, again, probably, I'm not sure, I'm going to find out. Why didn't they, when they run them up George Street, and say, hey, we'll do a test run like a train driver does when they bring out a new train? What do? They test the train. They run all over Sydney Metropolitan Area. Said, train, testing train, don't try to board the train. And they run all over Sydney up to Newcastle if it's on overhead wires, and they run down to Wollongong, right down to Coyama, and they run it right up to Lithgow. And they do all that. And somebody just sent me a message saying, shut up, I'm talking too much. Sydney News, there, right, there you go. Might just get it and come up. Just a drive you nuts. Why didn't they trial the trams from Circular Quay to Randwick when they first got them 2 years ago? And they've got that set of points there in George Street and Hay Street in the city of Sydney. Go down Google Earth it. There's a Google Earth card. You can see the sets of points. They could have just done it 2 years ago instead of inconveniencing the Sydney siders for 6 weeks with buses. They could have already done their homework and say, oh, yeah, those trams will fit. Just go down and send a couple up around those tracks for the time being. Don't have to rent buses. Don't have to get government buses. No, politicians are running the trams, you see, not railway people. They've had that circular quay to Randwick tram for over 2 years, 3 years, and never once thought, oh, will they fit? Let's run one around. We just do a trial there late one Sunday night during the pandemic, when everybody was told to stay home and nobody was allowed to go out. Wouldn't that be the smart thing to do? Go do your homework when there's nobody in the city and the city was dead, and I've got video footage of it. There were 6 people at Circular Quay during the day on a Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Why didn't they try it then? Why did they wait 2 years until those trains from Spain get great big cracks in them? I know I would have some wing on. That's why we had a big thing back in the 1960s. It's called standardise. Yeah, go down and look it up. I'm going to look it up. That's why I'm sitting here. I should have a keyboard plugged in the TV set. That's why I'm waiting to get this new studio so I don't have to do all this stuff. I'm not going to run this up to an hour. Let me spell the word standardise. Come on, spell it for me. Can you spell the word standardise? How well can you spell it? Standardise. There we go. Standardise with a Z. Oh, my mistake. I've got to put the Z. We say Z. Americans say Z. Come on, thing. Battery must be going flat. Standardise. I'm going to put down New South. I hear the name. New South Wales. And then that way, then I should get it. Standardised New South Wales. Oh, got nothing. Oh, that's strange. Rail. Come on. Actually, it's going flat. I think I've overworked my button. Have you overworked your button lately? Do you belong to the Belly Button Club? If you don't belong to the Belly Button Club, you hand in your belly button. Yeah, here we go. Fast trains, Candy. Oh, yeah. Oh, here it is. Kangi, Angie, Foot, Mariang, D set train test. 1.5 thousand viewed 5 months ago. Waterfall, 1994 Waterfall rail collision 25 years ago. I remember that. I was driving a cab and I had to go down to Waterfall and I was picking up people down there in the cab and the railways were paying for it. Oh, mate, that was a mess. Right up onto the platform, knocked down the overhead bridge and everything. Oh, mate, that's a mess. 1994 Waterfall rail collision. Sydney Rail History, Australia animated, 1932. Well, no, it's actually started back in 1875, actually. Taree to Acacia Ridge by rail. Now, this is a good one to transport, wherever you want to, B-logs. Taree to Acacia Ridge by train railway V6 Hilux. He's named himself after a truck. He must have a railroader truck or something. He's got a V6 Hilux, so that's what he called himself. Another guy called him Sydney Transport Films. They're a good company. Fire Trains. Why would you call yourself Fire Trains? These new trains that people don't realise, these orange ones in Sydney, the black ones, during the pandemic, they had to close down the tunnels between Lithgow back up to what we call Noons Junction, which actually has another name, which is what? Noons Junction is in the town of, do you know it? Just around the corner there from top end of Zigzag. I'll let you try and work it out. Noons Junction. N-O-W-N-E-S. Noons. N-O-W-N-E-S. Anyway, Standardised was an old railway film. Oh, God. New carriages being tested. Inner West Light Rail 2 days ago. Oh, yeah. Don't want to look at that. Electrifying regional trains in Victoria. Metro Man, Melbourne, 8 months ago. Electrifying regional train lines in Melbourne. See, New South Wales are so far behind. Unpredictability of a train. Transport New South Wales 10 months ago. Some guy nearly gets wiped out in the truck. New inner city fleet train arrival and testing, April 2020. Those red ones in Sydney, the new electric ones, they're from China. They didn't fit in the tunnels, so they had to widen the tunnels, all 10 tunnels, all the way from Lithgow, right up to the top of Noons Junction, N-E-W-N-E-S, Noons. Nobody knows about it because everybody was under lockdown. And you'll pay for it out of your tax. Thanks, Gladys. Another blunder. Hey, she's the premier. She's in charge of the transport mob. She's in charge of everybody. She was a minister. Like a judge said, if you're on the board of directors of the company, you're in charge of everything. You are responsible. Train Ahead Australia. What is a railway industry workers card? There's a little video clip on that. Oh, here it is. V-Line train at Clarkfield. Jasper's transport videos. It's not bad. 3 hours ago. I might go and watch that. It's got a PT Victoria on it. I might go and watch that. Oh, God. Ragtag Railway. Everybody know, you should know what that is up there at Lismore. That's Dorigo. Oh, mate, that's a hell of a graveyard. Anyway, from me, Mr. Hominoid, good night. Thank you. Northern Rivers Transport Vlog. Go down, click on him, subscribe, bring his little bell, give him a big handshake, say Mr. Hominoid told me, leave him a note saying Mr. H says hello, and help him out. That's what I dropped. I dropped my mouse. Do you ever feed your mouse? I never feed my mouse. So my mouse doesn't eat cheese. Actually, that's a big myth, by the way. Very big myth. Yes, I used to try putting cheese on the mouse trap. And Grandma said, what are you doing that for? I said, catch a mouse. She said, that doesn't work. I said, why is that? And she said, it's a dairy product. It'll kill them. They can't eat dairy. I didn't know that. Oh, Grandma told me that. She was 82 years old. Well, she said, put a bit of bread or put a little bit of something else. But mice are allergic to cheese. Very big lie. People still believe it. It's like when people say, oh, when you try and fit in a door, now squeeze in, breathe in to squeeze in. No, you pump yourself up. You're like a balloon. No, you got to now squeeze in. See ya. I'm going. Get off. Oh.